I run a gym, and we offer a free trial as a way to get more business through the front end of the door. Now, I want to set this up to automate it as much as possible so that I don't have to hire people to make phone calls, to set up appointments, to do anything like that. I want it to run as automatic as I possibly can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use AppointmentCore, and I'm going to use plus this in Infusionsoft to set up a process where people can automatically, all by themselves, request free consultations or free trials and come in for their free trial class or for their free consultation, whatever it is, and have the whole process be set up. They get a little QR code they can use to check in, so we know that they're a first-timer, and we can take them through the whole process. So first, I'm going to open up in AppointmentCore. I'm going to go to Booking Links, and I'm going to add a new booking link, create a new booking link. First thing I'm going to do is give it a name, so we'll call this free trial. Give it a description. And then we're going to select from the location instructions, we're going to select enter meeting address. And then we're just going to put in the address of where our location is. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to select to rotate. We're going to use the team attendance and rotation. We're going to select this and set it up to rotate between the different classes. You may have several different classes or several different actual employees or trainers that are going to do it. I happen to have 3 that I use, and so I'm going to set them up this way just by adding additional users in here. I can add users from here. So once I've done that, I'll hit continue to the next step. And now the first thing I need to do on this page is configure how long I want the free trial or the trial class or the consultation, whatever to be, the actual length of the class or whatever we're doing. So in this instance, it's actually a consultation that I'm doing, and so I'm going to have it be a 30-minute consultation they can sign up for. Now I also want to add a buffer, a 30-minute buffer before. I don't like to have these meetings run right up to each other because I like my staff to be refreshed before every one so they have a chance to go into everything clean. So I'm going to add a buffer time before. You could also do it after if you want. We are not going to worry about whether they can book a specified amount of time in advance. We don't mind if they come in today, and we don't care how far out they book. We just want them to be able to book. We do want to check this box. I want this to make me look like I'm more busy than I might be. Meaning if there are a bunch of free open slots, I want to make it look like a lot of them got taken. So I'll leave it at 3 for this. And then I also want to allow people to cancel and reschedule from here. Also, I like to do small groups if I can of these consultations. So I'm actually going to allow up to 5 people to schedule in that one slot. And then I'm going to come down to the next section, which is availability. Now, under availability, I'm just going to select during which hours of the day and of which days do I want this to be something that somebody could come in and do. So we're going to have this set up from 9 to 6 every day, Monday through Friday. We'll just leave it like that. And then we're going to hit next step. Now we want to make sure under new contact or existing contact, we want to have this be set up as new contact. We're going to make this fairly simple. You could, if you wanted to, use existing contact and have it come if someone clicks a link from an Infusionsoft email or gets sent there from after filling out an Infusionsoft form. But for now, we're just going to do a new contact. So we're going to ask for first name, last name, mobile phone, and email address. Yep, and that's good. I'm not charging for this appointment because it's free. I'm not going to worry about timer events right now. However, I do want a tag to be applied when somebody signs up for a free trial. So this is going to be a system tag. Oh, we're going to create a new tag. Signed up for free trial. Create and select tag. Perfect. Now we're also going to configure some additional Infusionsoft options. The first of which, we're not going to worry about anything when they cancel or reschedule, but we do want to populate the information into Infusionsoft forms. So we're going to check this and say we agree. We want to put the appointment date into a particular field. We'll say sign up date, and then we want to put the time into a text field. Okay, we'll call this, I'm just going to pick a field here for now. So we're putting those two into particular fields, which we can then merge into our emails. We're going to ignore the additional options, don't worry about that. And then we do want to turn off the automatic emails, but only for customers, because we're going to use Infusionsoft to send out those emails. We do want AppointmentCore to send internal notifications to our internal team. Then we're going to hit continue to the next step. And now we're going to go to the embedded widget on your website section. We're going to copy the code from right here, and we're going to go embed that on our website. And that's step one. Once we have that all configured, we've got the AppointmentCore piece set up. That will create the event, drop the information into Infusionsoft, and then go from there. Then we're going to go into plus this. Step two is we got to go into plus this. We're going to add an easy check-in feature. We're going to add a new one. Doesn't matter how many of these you already have. We're going to add a new one specifically for the free trial. Okay, we're going to add. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to pick the tag that we created in the previous section. We talked about AppointmentCore. So we're going to go to our system tags. We're going to select the class, sign up for free class. And then we're going to create a new code to be applied when the QR code is actually scanned, which we can then use to send off information. I'm just going to pick this tag here. And then where should we store the latest check-in time? You can just pick a field for that. We're not actually going to configure the badge options, because for this we're not actually printing off a badge. For this we're just giving them, we're going to send it to them in an email. Now on the check-in page, we do want to create a password for this page. Okay. And then we also want to create a page after check-in. This is for when they actually check in. So we're going to say free class check-in. And we want to include some information about the person, because in my instance, I'm actually asking them about their goals, what their fitness goals actually are. So I want the trainers, when the person shows up, to actually know what the person's goals are, so that they can follow up on those goals and actually, ask questions that are relevant to what the person is looking for. So we're going to select goals, first, last name, goals, and you can add any other information that you want. Okay, we're going to save this. We'll call this free trial class. Add feature. Now, the first thing we're going to do before we go do anything in Infusionsoft is we're going to go to the event menu. We're going to click on Get HTML Snippet for QR codes, and we're going to copy this snippet out. Okay, so we want to have that ready to go when we move on to the next step. All right, the next step, we're going to jump into Infusionsoft. We need to create a fairly simple but a pretty powerful campaign. So we're going to go to Campaign Builder, add a new campaign. This is going to be called Free Class. Free class, yeah. Now, we need to set up a tag goal and a sequence for when they register, when they pick their time. We also need to set up a tag goal and a sequence for when they actually check in. But that's just content that you'll end up sending once the person checks in. So we're not going to do a lot of stuff with that. Okay. This tag is going to be configured to the signed up for free trial tag right here. Which this is going to get applied, by the way, I'm just pointing this out. This is going to get applied when, by the way, I'm just pointing this out. This tag is going to get applied when they request that time in AppointmentCore. It's also going to show them as registered for the event in plus this, which is how we're going to use in plus this to actually create the QR code in the ticket. We're going to send them in the email. So that's the first thing. Now we're going to set up the second goal to run off of check-in, which we decided was going to run off of one of these tags. We'll just pick the tag here. That's fine. Now, inside, this is the important thing. Inside this sequence, we need to make sure that we have enough reminder emails to where someone's actually going to remember to show up. But then we need to make sure that the emails that we send have to have, but we need to make sure that the emails that we send have the little HTML snippet that we pulled out of plus this. We're going to set up some field timers based on when the appointment actually is, the date that we set up in AppointmentCore. In each of the emails where we actually want to send that code, we're going to just drop that HTML snippet in. And the way we're going to do that is by going to Snippets and selecting HTML, dropping it in there, and then in the box that shows up, we're going to paste the code that we got out of plus this. What that'll do is that will send this QR code like this to the person, and then they can just bring that when they come. They can print off the email, or they can bring their phone or whatever, and you can just scan it when they show up. Then all you have to do, once you've got the email configured, is publish the campaign, and then make sure to take the AppointmentCore code from your appointment request and drop that onto your website. And then as soon as people pick their time from your website, it will kick the whole thing off, send them their ticket, they can show up, and you'll scan their code, and you can have all the automation go off that you want.